welcome back to the Happee Knits Podcast. How are you guys? Okay, so we have a special guest today, as you can see. So I really don't know how this is going to go. But
why is it a special guest?
Who's the special guest?
Me.
Yes. Okay, so my name is Yolanda.
I'm Jordan.
And I'm Alexis.
And Alexis, how old are you?
5.
She's 5 years old. So we live right outside of Dallas with my husband, my other son, Dante. And did you say who you were?
Yeah.
I see. I'm already discombobulated.
Hi, YouTube.
I'm already discombobulated. So anyway, so Alexis has promised to be really, really good during this podcast. So let's cross our fingers and see how this goes. Right, Alexis?
Yeah.
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 Y'all, she has been dying to get on this podcast. You have no idea.
We have to do welcome back to episode.
Okay, go ahead. 29. You ready? Okay, go ahead.
Welcome back to
episode 29.
29, Alexis. This is our 29th podcast. Okay. So anyway, so here we go. Okay, so I don't know about your weather around the world, but we are bracing for a little bit of a cold front. Probably the coldest temperatures of the year for us. I think it's going to get down to 19 degrees and some single-digit wind chills. That's in Fahrenheit. So, yeah. Wow. But anyway, then of course it'll warm back up because this is Texas weather. So we'll be in coats tomorrow and shorts by the end of the week. Okay, guys, so you know that I am an ambassador to Knit Crate, and I show you guys Knit Crate subscriptions each month. So this month is no different. So I'm going to show you February's Knit Crate subscription, and it is going to be this wonderful blue colored yarn. Let's see if we can get in that. We got 3 people in the frame now, so let's see. Is it going to focus? I think it's still focusing. There we go. Isn't that pretty? And Jordan, what is the makeup of the yarn?
It is 50% alpaca, 30% merino wool, and 20% nylon. It's DK weight, 236 yards, 100 grams.
Isn't that pretty, Lexi? You like that color? Yeah?
Yeah, but it's still like my favorite color, pink and purple.
You like pink and purple?
And I like rainbow, silver and golden.
Silver and gold. Okay, great. Okay, so you get 2 of those for the month of February. And this is the catalog with the patterns in it that you will see for Knit Crates. And for the knitted pattern, it is called Balita, which is gorgeous. Hold on, Lexi, I'll show it to them. Isn't that pretty? And then the next one is the crochet pattern, which is Bella Askew. You showing it to them? Great. Okay. So those are the 2 patterns you get this month, which I think are absolutely fantastic. So now let's move on. So this subscription is $24.99. So I think
Aren't they all?
No, the sock subscription is $19.95. You get 1 skein, and I think they actually got rid of their artesian Knit Crate. You're just like your brother when it comes to yawning on the podcast. Oh my God. So yeah, they got rid of their artesian, but I think you can go onto their website and still buy it on a month-to-month basis, but it's not going to be mailed out anymore. Next up is the Sock Crate subscription. Y'all, I love this. Don't you like that, Jordan? Hold on, Lexi. Here, cover your face so that I'll let you show this in a minute.
The camera won't read us.
Okay, look at that colorway. Isn't that not gorgeous this month? The pinks and the blues and the teals and the white.
The navy.
Ooh. It is by Knitology, and it is in the colorway Snow Stylish.
That is.
Isn't it pretty? It's 439 yards, 75% superwash merino, 15% nylon, and 10% cashmere. Come on, guys. Feel it. Isn't it soft, Lexi?
Yep.
Okay. You see it? Yes. So the pattern for this month for the socks is called Striped Lightning. That is it.
Striped lightning.
Striped Lightning. How nice is that? You want to show it to them?
Yeah.
So anyway, as usual, if you are new to Knit Crate and you would like to try out their subscription, there is a code which we will put up top called Happee20, and you will receive 20% off of your first order through Knit Crate. I do receive a small commission in regards to that, just to let you guys know, so that I'm always honest and upfront about that. So I hope you guys that have already joined the Knit Crate subscription, I hope you guys are enjoying the Knit Crates as much as I am.
Possible.
As much as I am. Okay, so next up, so guys, from the last episode, I had asked the question about if you could get any interchangeable needle set, what would it be and why? And actually, overwhelmingly, most of you guys said Chiaogu, which I was leaning towards anyway because I love their sock needles. Lexi, you're not even in the frame. I love their sock needles, so that is something that I absolutely love. So yeah, I think that I'm going to be leaning towards the Chiaogu interchangeable needle set as well.
The 60? What's an interchangeable needle?
So an interchangeable needle set, Jordan, is when you have a fixed cord, but you can take the needles off of the ends and change out for different sizes. So you don't have to have 50 different needles. You could just have 3 or 4 different cord sizes and the tips that go on the end. So yeah, it makes life so much better. Easier. Why the face, Lexi? Okay, I had to tell her she had to stop wiggling. Okay, so the question of the day for this episode, okay, I know you guys watch a bunch of podcasts, right? So tell me what you like about the podcast that you watch. Not necessarily mine, but just in general. Do you watch them because you like to see the acquisitions? Do you like them because you like to see what is knitted? What is your favorite part of a knitting podcast? So
personality.
Okay, I know you would say that. So you guys let me know what your favorite part of a podcast is, okay?
Humor.
Just a reminder, guys, if you're local to DFW or you're flying in, DFW Fiberfest is April the 4th through the 7th at the Irving Convention Center.
It's earlier this year?
No, it's always
4th to 7th.
It's always around the first week of April.
Oh.
Always. So I will be there Friday with a couple of co-workers probably. Jordan and Alexis will be with me on Saturday. So if you see me, please stop me and say hello. I would love to meet you and chit chat for a few minutes. Okay, and the other thing is we just filmed our craft room tour. Was it a couple weeks ago? Last week, couple weeks ago. So if you have not seen that, I'm going to put a card link up above so you guys can check that out. No, the little card up top.
Oh, those things, the little bars. Yeah.
He's the manager, remember, from the last episode, so he should know these things.
Yeah, I decided to get the podcast ready today. He
got the podcast ready today, so he is officially moved up to manager. I did a giveaway a couple of, the last podcast, and one of the prizes was claimed, which was the nice bag, but the other prize was not claimed. So it's been 3 weeks. I know, right? It's been 3 weeks, and I want to give the prizes out to people that actively watch the podcast. So I just actually redrew for the winner of this skein of yarn from Rebel Purl. It is in the colorway 5x5. So I'm going to remind you guys of what that looks like. Sorry for the crinkling. Alexis is going to show it for us. Can you guys see that? That beautiful purple colorway?
My favorite color.
Your color, it is one of her favorite colors. So anyway,
it has a purple writing.
It even has purple writing. You're right. So the winner of the Rebel Purl skein of yarn is going to be number 55. He is Joe on Ravelry, and his Ravelry name is Snarled2. Congratulations, Joe. So please get in contact with me via Ravelry, and I will get this skein out to you. Okay, so up next is going to be, this podcast is literally going to be all over the place. I know y'all are probably looking at Alexis and probably not even listening to me. So her days of podcasting are going to be very, very limited. Okay, so on to finished objects. So I have one, but I don't have it here to show because I have given it to the recipient. I will put a picture in right here. Oh. And it is the socks for my friend who is battling cancer right now. So he absolutely loved the socks, and he says they keep his feet warm, and he was very appreciative of it. So these were knit 2 at a time as usual, my normal sock recipe. It was 72 stitches. I increased to 68 stitches for the Flegel heel, and I did 20 rounds of 2x2 ribbing on a size 1 US 2.25 millimeter needle.
She is just like me.
She is just like Jordan, just like Jordan. So anyway, so that has been delivered to the recipient, and so I'm very happy about that. So let's move on to whips. So I don't know, I've had what I would consider cast on itis.
Cast on, oh, where you put too much stuff on and
where I cast on too many things.
Alright, this is the yarn.
We've seen that yarn, Alexis.
Oh my god.
This is the yarn we're gonna show you.
Alexi, calm down. Okay, so let's start with the hat, the Leanna hat from Hypnotic Yarns. I actually have not worked on that any since the last time you guys saw it, but I want to remind you of it. No, you're not, because I don't want you to lose my stitches.
The peppermint mocha. The
peppermint mocha color. Very good, Jordan. Okay, so this is the hat. Let me see if I can get to focus. So it's pulling a little bit on one side of the hat. So I think what I'm going to do is pull from the other end of the skein and start it so that the pooling effect will somewhat disappear. I don't really mind it so much, but I don't want a lot of concentration of red in just one area. So yeah, so that is the hat. The pattern is gorgeous. It's going to be gorgeous. And if you have not seen that, go out to Ravelry and check that out by Hypnotic Yarns. It's the Leanna hat, and it does come with this little furry pom-pom, which I'm very happy about. Pom-pom. So I'm going to put that on when I am done.
Animal skin.
And again, of course, this is sitting in this beautiful bag by Kim the Crafty Nomad, and it is it's her girlfriend bag, and it has all the pretty colors on it, and also, whoops, Lexi, I got it, thank you. And it has little from the last episode, it has these cute little ladies featured on it. Aren't they adorable? So anyway, so check her out too. I'll have her information in the description box below. So that is one whip that I have not been working on, but it was started. And then the next one is going to be some vanilla socks that you know what? My vanillas, I don't have them in here. So I'll grab those in just a moment. What are you doing?
Sarcastic clap.
A sarcastic clap. Are you bored, Alexis? Are you ready to stop podcasting? No? You seem a little bored. No? Okay. So anyway, so let me show you what else I'm working on, and I'll grab the socks in just a second. So I started on the last podcast. This is a shawl that I've started, and it is in, yeah, I had to redo it a couple times. Do you guys ever have a very simple pattern that for some reason you mess up? I mess up all the time on the simple patterns, which is so funny to me. But anyway, I had to start over on this. I actually started with the wrong color the first time, and then I missed a yarn over, anyway, you guys know my plight. So anyway, this color is Primrose. Let me see. It is Primrose yarn in the colorway Betty Davis Eyes. Can you guys see that? And it's going to be a gorgeous colorway, gorgeous. Anyway, this is the allspice shawl. It's also going to have this colorway, which is by Three Irish Girls Yarn. Let's see.
There we go.
Yes, and that is in the colorway Spellbound. So the pattern is it's a free pattern on Ravelry. So it looks like this. And it is the Allspice pattern by Lisa Myers. And if you are new to knitting shawls, I would definitely recommend this pattern because it is your basic shawl with no intricate details. Just literally, if you can yarn over, then you definitely can do this.
The rainbow one.
The rainbow one. You can definitely knit this pattern.
I can't yarn over.
You can't.
I can't knit.
You can't, but you could if you wanted to. Anyway, so this is sitting in my bag that a lovely viewer gave to me last year, sent to me last year, and she knows I have a love for owls. So yeah, she embroidered that on the front. How sweet is that? So let me grab my other whip and I'll be right back. Okay,
we're back.
So we are back. So I want to show you the other item that I am working on for my hubby. These are socks.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They're socks.
You want to show them, Alexis? Don't rip my needles out, because then I have to fire you from the podcast. Lift them up so they can see. Can you see? Lean a little closer. There we go. So these are socks. The yarn is by Rebel Purl, and I barely have started the toes, but they are also my regular go-to recipe, 2 at a time. Since these are for my husband, he wears a size US 14. They're going to take me forever. They always do. I'm going to cast, it's going to be 72 stitches, and I'm going to do the Fleegle heel on these as well because I just like the Fleegle heel the best. I did use the Fish Lips Kiss heel on some shorty socks, which I like that too. But until I figure out if they work for my husband and Jordan, I'm going to stick with the Fleegle heel for now for their socks. So yeah, so this is in her colorway Grayscale, which it has grays and blacks in it, which I think is going to be nice. Yeah.
Just think matches like that looks like.
You think this matches that? I don't.
It has to be up.
I don't think
it
so.
does.
I don't.
Only when you cut the half thing.
English.
Okay, Lexi, you think this matches?
Yep.
Yeah.
If you turn it up.
I don't think so. I think what you have on is more pale blue. Anyway, guys, let me tell you something. I've had to stop this video so many times. You have no idea. No idea. So anyway, and I know, you know, she actually wants to learn how to knit. And so I guess my question to you, have you guys ever taught someone as young as 5 years old to knit?
Without hurting themselves with the needle?
No, it's not that. It's just, I don't know, Lexi, are you ready to learn to knit? You are? Why do you want to learn to knit?
Because I'm going to make some socks for because I'm going to make some baby socks for Miss Brenda's baby.
Miss Brenda is her teacher at school. What about socks for me?
Oh, yeah. And Miss Melissa's baby.
You see where I rank, guys. I got put down below the teacher, so.
At least she said your name.
She said my name, but that's only because I prompted her too.
Nah.
So anyway, so those are the projects that I am actively working on. So yes, now I do have, I did wind up the yarn that I'm going to do for the fingerless mitts for my friend who has cancer. Lean forward so they can see it a little bit, and I'll cover my face. Isn't that pretty, y'all? You like it, Lexi? You like the colorway? So that is also by Carol from Chicken Coop Dyeworks. She graciously donated.
It looks like purple.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Looks like purple.
It is purple.
But it's blue, but it's darker. That's lighter.
Okay. So anyway, so she donated that skein for me to knit some fingerless mitts for him as well. He doesn't know that. So I have, I'm going to surprise him with those.
Here comes a miss.
And this is, she just saw her daddy over here in the corner. So of course she had to.
Come here.
I don't think
just walk away.
I don't think Daddy wants to be on the podcast. So this is living in my Japanese knot bag that I got from it because you slip it like this. How cool is that?
Well, it's not a knot, that's just a loop.
Well, that's what they call it, a Japanese knot bag. So this was given to me by Mari of the Hooked on Needles podcast, and she actually made this for me. How sweet is that?
I'm gonna make another bag out of that.
You're gonna make another bag. Well, you
don't know how to sew.
You need to learn how to sew. You need to learn how to knit.
Just teach me now after we're done with the podcast.
You mean teach you after we're done with the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yay.
And then I had, which I don't have with me.
You forgot something else.
It's fine because you guys saw in the last podcast. I am going to be doing 4 at a time socks. So 2 pair for Jordan. Yes, ma'am.
We should show them that green sock. They never saw it before.
You want to
I
show
don't know
them?
what are those green socks?
They're just fuzzy green socks that you just get. No, they're not knitted. Like I said, this podcast is all over the place.
So I'm
gonna need for you to focus, Lexi. Can you focus? Let me see if I can get through this podcast without having to just totally start over. Is it okay?
I don't want to start this.
Is it okay? Okay. So I do have another pair of socks in the pick section. You know, and I'm thinking, so I got a 60-inch cord. I got a 60-inch cord for these 4 at a time socks, and I'm thinking I might need a longer cord. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to attempt them with the 60-inch cord and see what happens. But yeah, I don't even know if they make cords longer than
75.
Fixed cords longer than 60 inches.
And we can make our own cord.
No, I don't want. I want it to be a seamless. I don't want it to be joined. I want it to be just that.
Oh no, search it up. 75 inch, not inch.
Yes, no, maybe so. Maybe so. Okay, so let's move on. So this is going to be a quick podcast, I hope, because by the time I edit out most of her outtakes, it will be a short video. Okay, so I was on Instagram last weekend, and I could not sleep. So, you know, I've already said Instagram gets me in trouble all the time. But I was browsing around. I'm going to show you this, Lexi, because you haven't seen it yet. It's a surprise for you.
Yay.
So anyway, so as I was on the IG, I saw this beautiful pin that reminded me of Alexis. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you have already seen it. Hold on, Lexi. I want to show it to him. This is a pin by My Pretty Brown Doll by Yolanda Jordan. She has we have the same first name.
Wow.
I know, we have the same first name.
And my name's in there.
Yes, just a second, Lexi, and I'll show it to him. So anyway, I saw it on Instagram. I thought of Alexis, and I said I had to have it. She is a beautiful maker of African-American crochet dolls. And she also has patterns that she sells on Etsy as well. So I'm going to show you guys that. I'm going to put the link down below in the show notes so you guys can check out her wonderful work. But this is what I got in the mail. Let's see if you can see that. It is an African-American girl, and let me see if I'm doing.
Can you get the focus, Alexis?
It's an African-American girl, and she has Afro puffs. So look. Alexis wears Afro puffs too. So look, Alexis, that's your pen. What do you think?
Thank you.
What do you think?
It's perfect.
It's perfect?
Perfect.
I thought it was perfect too. I think I'm going to let you put that on your backpack so you can take it to school and show all of your friends. Is that cool?
It won't be show and tell. It was different things on the paper.
It won't be show and tell, but it'll be on your backpack.
But how do you hang it?
Would you like that? There's a pin on the back, and we'll pin it on there. But you got to make sure you don't take it off so we don't lose it. Okay?
But I don't have a chain to hang it.
I'll show you. I'll show you after the podcast. Okay. And my last, y'all, this has literally been such a hard podcast. Y'all have no idea how many times I've stopped this camera. So my last acquisition is this Seamless Knit Sweaters in 2 Weeks by Marie Green. Now, I told you guys in one of the episodes earlier that I don't knit sweaters, but I'm telling you,
you've done one.
I've done a cardigan. So I saw this on Instagram again, and she's Olive Knits on Instagram. And so you got to hold it up like this, Lexi. And so I went ahead and bought it because I was intrigued when she said in 2 weeks. Now there is a sweater in here that I'm kind of jonesing over. Now I'm short-waisted. Jonesing. You know what? Okay, anyway, I like if I'm going to wear something, I need for it to be a little bit longer. So the only thing that I can say about this book is that the sweaters kind of hit you at the waistline. And so I know for me that I would definitely need to add some inches of stocking net to make it longer for me, because that's not where I like for my sweaters to hit if and when I do wear them. But I've scrolled through the book, and I think it's a really, really great crafted book with beautiful pictures. I'm going to show you a couple of pictures just so you can see the photography. Just a second, Lexi.
You can't get up there.
The photography on it, and that sweater. I mean, there's a bunch of sweaters in here, but they're nicely done.
Oh, let me see.
I'll let you see it when we're done with the podcast. So anyway, so like I said, a nicely written book. I highly recommend it. I'll put a link in the description box below. I got mine off of Amazon, but I'm sure some of your local yarn stores have those as well. Okay, guys, I think that is it for the podcast. Ugh. I'm tired. I'm physically tired.
My leg hurts.
Physically tired because this kid here has literally, I wanted to try it out to see how well she was going to do. And, no.
And my leg fell asleep.
Lexi, are we done with the podcast? Do you have anything you want to say? What do you want to say to the viewers?
Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.
She's been dying to say that. She watches YouTube Kids all the time. So she walks around the house saying, please like and subscribe. So anyway, guys, I know this has been kind of one of those weird and all over the place podcasts. We will be back to regular podcasting
in 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks without our guests. They can't see your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now.
Look up there. You want to say anything else before we end this debacle?
Yeah.
What?
It's a tragedy.
I want to do karate with all the girls are on the karate team with me, and all the boys are on the other team, and we'll fight.
Okay.
I thought you wanted to be in ballet.
Oh yeah, ballet is first. It's ballet, then karate is second.
That's our polar opposites.
Yeah, Jordan.
Oh, it looks like the sun's trying to come out, so our lighting has changed.
I might go outside.
You might go out. No, it's kind of cold. I think the wind chill is in the 20s. So
I go outside.
The sun may be out, but still.
Yeah, because I'm gonna wear my yellow shirt since it's so warm out there.
Okay. This podcast is over.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have enjoyed some of it, and we will be back to our regular podcasting in 3 weeks. Okay, we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So anyway, so here we go.
And when a different people come to mommy's tummy, and when I get older, I'm gonna take care of a baby. When someone gets in mommy's tummy like a baby or a different one. I mean a twin.
Alexis, you cannot randomly talk. What the?
You tickling me.
And I will say this: it's pooling. Let me see if I can show it to you.
I'm trying to get it to focus.